Keishan, and welcome to my studio. And I have been working on skies and trying to figure out different colors that are actually in the sky. And the most challenging one I've had recently was a sunset. And it's been a while since I have done a sunset. And I find it's a lot of colors that are in there. Just about almost every color. The sunset I had traveling recently on a plane from Florida back to Maine, and during that time frame I was able to fly the whole time in almost a constant sunset. It was pretty intense. On that trip it was kind of neat. I was able to play tourists, and I was able to spend a day in Boston, and I went to the Boston Museum of Fine Arts, and I find there at other museums as well I can look at other artists' paintings and get insight and see how they tackle those problems of creating color that's right for the sky. Making trips, it's a couple of useful things. It all is to ship your stuff ahead of time, and that way you don't have to carry any luggage, and then it allows you to be a tourist for a day in a city that you normally wouldn't be there. So you can actually get some leverage out of your traveling experience. So that was very useful, and it was great to see the museum, and it was great to see the Impressionist collection there. Very helpful to see how other artists come up with solutions. Yeah, I was able to utilize on this trip a couple of things, and one was public transportation, day pass or week pass, and also another thing I was able to do on this trip was to utilize Uber. And boy, that really helped to get a lot in a short period of time. So I was able to spend a day in Tampa, and then the next day in Boston, and then I was home. So it was really great. So this picture you see here is actually the Florida's first kingdom. This is way before Disneyland. Oh, as I say, this is the first Magic Kingdom in Florida. This museum actually is part of a whole hotel that was built in Florida, which housed the first elevator and also one of the first fireproof hotel structures in America. This guy who built this, Robert B. Plant, was a great capitalist with lots of railroads, steam lines that pretty much connected Tampa to the rest of the world, and created the large industries like the tobacco industry with Cuban as a source of cigar making. This museum was very interesting because it was intact in one section, and then the rest of the building was actually part of the University of Tampa, and they rent that space for $1 a year in exchange for taking care of the building. And the building is in beautiful shape, and they take care of it nicely. It was very cool to see the music there, and there happened to be an orchestra performing. Turned out to be a really nice surprise, and an interesting building with the architecture of a Victorian era with the spires, and shortly afterwards, of course, the building wasn't really famous anymore, and it kind of went in neglect. So I was really glad to see that this building was saved. So in the upcoming videos we'll be able to see other paintings that I took and other places I visited on this trip. And so for now, let's take a look at this video of how this painting was made.